So I did pretty well this year, especially for now really only playing the weekends the last 3 months of the year, and then moving to the valley for a few months. So all this income that's gonna be shown right now on the Excel is just mariachi, and I'll go through how much the income and then expenses was for the year, and kind of where I could have obviously cut back or some expenses that were necessary and things that weren't. But this 2021 was a good year overall. I lived in 3 different cities across the state in 2021, so I feel just tired of always traveling and being somewhere else, being somewhere new, different. So many different people I've met over the year. Finally here at one spot, which I think I'll be here at least a couple years and be able to build something new, something better. So let's get to the actual Excel sheets. But first, I did upgrade my desk area, office area, home office. Got these nice new monitors. They really help with the Excel, keeping track of things, and then grad school that I'll be starting soon. So that would help. And bigger desk, and it's just a lot better, more space. I was able to save some money on it. Probably I'll cover that in the video in the Excel portion, on how I didn't really spend that much on all of this. But let's get to the Excel part. All right, so let's just start here with the gross weekly income. It's a little easier to cover. I made 120 the first week. Then there was just nothing for that year. I'm remembering more about the beginning of the year, and yeah, it was just very slow at the beginning. This was because of the freeze, so nothing there. Um, this was around March, April, around there. It's kind of slow for being April. Then comes Mother's Day, day 1190 for some reason. So then here is when I move. Let's just go all the way down. I moved back here to the valley, so 190, 456, 325, 429, and I was working hard to try to even get this much. 120, 385, 400. 827, that's when I started going back to Austin to do gigs. Then I made that much, and this and that. I took that weekend off for regional conference with the fraternity. Now, I know in the previous video I said I was not going to work Thanksgiving and Christmas. Those are the 2 weeks that I don't do gigs ever. Technically, I did not do gigs on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I did work during the week, which was here. I made 350 because I was able to do some gigs during the week, and it was a restaurant and just a couple of things that popped up. So here's where it's like, technically I did work that week, but not Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. But since I still worked that week, of course it still counts. And then this was New Year's. I actually made, let's change this actually, it's 6:49. I had 6:49, New Year's, the week of New Year's. I actually played Thursday, Friday, New Year's Eve, and Saturday, New Year's Day, and Sunday. I played 4 days for that week. Most of the gigs were in the valley. So the pay, man, that pay was not great. It's better than before. I was getting about 55 the hour in the valley, and Serenades is still, I don't know, well, 30, something like 30 or 35. So I mean, it's not great pay in the valley, but the cost of living is so much cheaper, and then especially if you live with your parents. I mean, getting $55 the hour as a 18, 17-year-old, that's pretty good. Especially if you just do five. Just say all you have is 5 gigs for the whole week. That's $275. So, and if you don't really have any bills to pay, that's good. And it starts adding up. Of course, save it and be smart with it, how you spend it. So this was the total I made for the year. $30,623 of just mariachi, which, I mean, up until 3 months ago was my main source of income. And my weekly average is $588.90. This was the second highest that I've ever made. The only other year that comes close is 2019, which I showed in the other video. That was a little over 31,000. So, I started getting paid more right in Austin, which what is kind of, you can see the difference in these last few months compared to the beginning. And then there was even some weeks where I didn't work, right, or barely worked anything. So the pay has gone up in Austin. I'm making it a lot, and normally I would just say how much I get paid the hour and all that, but I just won't for this case, just because the other people in my group, for them. But I mean, it was just me. I'll just say how much I get paid now. It's more than 55 the hour. That's that's for sure. Really, the only weekend that I took off was, well, Christmas and New Year's. I mean, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I did work earlier that week, but Friday and Saturday I just said no gigs. Could have made more. Just 350. Could have been like 700 if I wanted. But it's important to take time off. Right now, I'm working something like, honestly, 7 days a week with my job, Monday through Friday, and then as soon as I get out of work, go drive to Austin and do more gigs all weekend, and then come back, do the same thing. But I'm still young and have the energy to do it and have the time. Don't have that many other responsibilities or people that I have to take care of or look out for. So right now, all my time and energy is focused on that. It's also why sometimes I don't upload, and man, that podcast hasn't been uploaded for all of you that follow us on there. It's over a month now, and it's really frustrating that I haven't been able to do it. But hopefully we can get it started soon. Let's get into the breakdown of all these numbers in the next Excel sheet. So here are my expenses and, well, all my expenses and income for, what's that called? For December. It was a lot, $3,902.44. Now, I have not made a video yet of breaking down how this Excel sheet actually was made and how to properly use it. That's another video that'll be coming up, and that won't be shorter just because I'm gonna just focus on that on the sheet. But I mean, for those of you that have basic knowledge of Excel, it's, all these totals here are the sum of everything up here. So if you just look at all the food, so I spent $482.87 on food for December, which, that's not even the most I've ever spent on food. I still think March was the most I ever spent on food. $900. That's crazy, and that's not including cash. $242 on gas, which not the most ever spent, I believe. Um, yeah, 302. But it looks like about 250 seems to be my average. 240, 156, 80. What? Oh, I'm so sorry. Going the wrong way. 176, 302, 264, 345, 325, 224, 242. Yeah, there's some parallels with November. A little bit more stable. But I spent, right, $3,902 total. It is kind of total. Some numbers are, my expenses and deposits are a little skewed because of something that I do that's uh, a little complicated, but it's just to keep track of all the money all the time. So these two numbers are actually a little bit higher than what they actually are. This is more like 300 or 3,600, and this is more like 3,800. And then my monthly bills came out 1,500. You know, rent, credit cards, um, loans, all that, other bills. This is one of the things with the monitors. It's not exactly in here. Well, there, 76. This is what I'm paying every 2 weeks for these nice new big monitors that I got that you saw earlier in the video. Miscellaneous stuff. There was a lot of miscellaneous things this month. 1,200. Was that more than? Yeah, more than December. You know, a lot of traveling. A lot of things that expenses that came up, and it's December. People usually spend a lot more in December than total expenses. Then this is just all the Mariachi money. Net income $122. And so now all of this is 100% accurate. This is, I keep track of everything. Let's see. My total yearly expenses, don't know, even $34,845. Don't know how accurate that is. Let's just quickly actually calculate everything, you know. I'll probably cut to the beginning. So all I'm doing here is adding up all of these cells. So give me a grand total here at the end. 32,697. And this is not including December, which I have no record of, but based off of historical data, we can actually do this. Let's say we equal this cell to this, and now divide by 11. That's how much I spent on average per month. So let's just add that average. 2972.50. $35,670. Oh, yeah. So let's do our total net income, which we already know. This is going to equal, you're not going to be able to see this just because of the way screen recording works on here, but let me pull it from the other chart. Gross is your total without expenses. And let's do total net income, which would be your gross minus your expenses. So I made negative $5,047.02 for the year of 2021. Now, there are a lot of things to note. starting from now on, and actually, well, really starting from October or well, November, I no longer use money from Mariachi to pay for all of my expenses. Well, most of them. But I just use my check from work. So this total gross income should actually be a little bit higher. So I'm actually not negative, but just based off of money in Mariachi, which is what I use to just pay for everything up until October, then that's that's where I'm at. Um, to do actual in-depth calculations, it'll take a little while. So let's not do this now. I might do a full updated number breakdown of 2021. It'll be a different video. That's about it for 2021. I made $30,623 in Mariachi. Spent 35,000, negative 5,000. So where could I have done better? Number one, food. I live alone. Well, yeah, I mean, I live alone, but not only that, I don't really have to pay for anybody else and food or anything like that. So I shouldn't be spending that much in food. Gas is just difficult to bring it down, because honestly, I do not drive anywhere. I really don't have to, or if I do, it's like somewhere in town. And this is a small town, so I could cut back a little more. I mean, the goal is always $30 a week at most, so I should never go over 200. Then monthly bills is just, my bills. I could cut back on some expenses that I don't need to, but as of right now, these are the things that I have to pay. Some stuff pops up, like I had to get new tires recently. Those $400. My car has big tires, and then these bills, just other stuff that pops up. I have some tolls to pay. It could be anything. Now the miscellaneous is the big one where could really cut down. This month was tough, but I spent $12.80 on miscellaneous things. That is a lot. So that would be the biggest thing. It's also November. Spent a lot there. October. See, September, not much. Again, I was not making a lot at this time. 240. Whenever I make a lot, I spend a lot. And that's just how it is. Which isn't good. Don't do that. 645. The more you make, the less you spend for yourself. Very simple rule to follow. For anything that you buy, you don't need miscellaneous, right? For an example, for let's say these monitors that you saw earlier in the video. A very simple rule to follow is if you can't buy two of whatever you're gonna get, then don't get it. Don't buy it. That's just a simple rule. That's especially for things that you don't need, even things that you do need, because you just can't afford it yet. And if you're buying two, like I buy two monitors, don't buy them unless you can buy four. That's just a very simple rule that's in finance and just managing money. Always make sure you can cover your costs. So that was it for 2021. And so to kind of recap everything, it was a good year, 2021, terms of money, right? And I will be doing more of this. I think the next video really has to be on really explaining the sheet, because I'm going to be going back to it, be coming to it a lot. And then the next topic would be something really, something that people have a question on, especially younger kids, is can you make a living being a full-time mariachi? Uh, Short answer, yes. Long answer, it's a long answer. So that'll be the video that comes after I do a quick one over how to use the sheet, or how to build the sheet. All right, so then that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.